What's up, guys? Welcome back to another What If. What if Deku was the grandmaster of Kung Fu? Part 1. So let's begin our What If. We start off from 2,000 years before at China. And we follow from Izuku Midoriya, the Grandmaster, and he's 68, and he's training his his disciples, and one betrayed him. They killed him in his sleep, and they became the new Grandmaster of China, of Kung Fu. But during this, Izuku woke up, but this time, he was entering the world again, but in a new timeline, the main timeline. He's confused with all the lights. Then he starts saying, "Where am I?" in Chinese, and he's in Japan, and everybody's like, "What the? He's speaking." And there's one Chinese guy who's like, "I know what he's saying," and he's saying, "Where is he?" And everybody starts laughing, and they clean up Deku because there's blood all over him. And we follow from a few years later. Deku is now 5 years old. During these 5 years, Deku has always been fighting his whole life. Somehow, somewhere, every day he does at least 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 jumps, 100 burpees, you name it, everything 100. And you know what he does? Especially with push-ups and all that? He uses 2 fingers, just like Bruce Lee. And he's one of the only ones who can do that. And Deku, he's got a 12-pack. In this picture, it doesn't have Deku having the 12-pack, but I imagine he was there. And he started learning about Japanese through his mom and his dad. Then Deku's dad, Hasashi, leaves to go overseas, and Inko stays. And then when Deku's 5 years old, he's brand new to school, and he claims to be quirkless. And yes, Deku's gonna stay quirkless for this whole series. He's never gonna get a quirk. He just gonna have Kung Fu. So, we follow from just Deku meditating in the sand pit until this one kid throws a rock at Deku's head, making Deku bleed. Deku senses it, and he's like, "Ow, that hurt. I guess my skull is weak." It's not how I was, and I was 68, and I was 30 and all that. Deku stands up. He removes his shirt, and he says, "Whoever threw the rock, come forward." Then we see these 3 boys laughing, and they all 3 of them, they walk forward and they're like, "Yeah, we did it. What's your problem? We heard that you're quirkless, and we don't accept quirkless in our school." So we end up beating them up. And Deku's like, "You sound like a twat. Come here right now in front of me, and we can battle to the death with Kung Fu." Bakugo's like, "Kung Fu? That's not gonna do anything to me, quirkless." Then Deku bows, and Bakugo's like, bow to me as I'm your master. Then Deku says, good luck. Deku has something in his pocket. He has nunchucks and he starts waving them around. And then like, what's that? Is that kind of a toy or something? Then it goes faster and faster. Then Deku starts using skills around it. And they're like getting scared, like, whoa, it's kind of going super fast and it kind of looks like it could hurt somebody. And they see scars on Deku's body. As you remember, Deku took off his top. Deku starts waving it around, whacks it at Bakugo's face. Bakugo's face is now scarred. And Bakugo's like, what is that? And then Deku starts hitting it at the other two. And he's like, try that again. And you'll see no mercy. Deku puts on his clothes and he's like, go, run away, don't return. We follow from 5 years later. And Deku, he's same thing doing it again. Meditating. Same place when he was 5 years old. And then we see Bakugo, the kid that Deku scarred a few years back. And he's in the other side of the gate because he left school that day forever. And now he's back and he's like, I've learned the ways of karate. Now, come and fight me. Or are you too beep? And Deku is like, I'm not scared of you. I've passed the limits of scared. I've passed the limits of fear. I've passed mind tricks. Okay, I'll fight you. Deku front flips over the gate. Bakugo's still amazed, because he hasn't even learned anything about backflips and all that. And Deku, he removes his shirt and he's like, hand-to-hand combat, I guess. And Bakugo's like, yeah, it's gonna be very easy. I'm very good at self-defense. Then Deku starts punching Bakugo. Bakugo starts blocking and Deku's like, good. Guess you're a level 1 student. Deku slide tackles Bakugo, catches Bakugo's shirt, repeatedly punches him, gets his nunchucks, hits Bakugo in the face and he says, oh, sorry. I forgot that we weren't doing weapons. And then Deku says, why don't we start again? And I can beat you up even more. Bakugo's like, I guess so. Deku goes in his stance. He kicks Bakugo in the nose, kicks him again, kicks him and kicks him and kicks him and kicks him. Kicks him in the other foot, backflips over a rock, and he kicks the rock straight in Bakugo's teeth. Bakugo starts bleeding, and Deku says, is that all you got? It seems like you're bleeding. Deku's like, and Bakugo's like, by the way, I'm coming back to school. This school. Be ready. Bakugo runs away. Deku, acting like nothing happened, jumps back over the gate and goes back to meditation. Then we skip 5 years later. Deku has joined a kung fu class. It's not as best as he used to do back in the day with the ancient ways and the better ways. But during this time, he's created his own martial art. He's improved it by learning it from Bruce Lee, the 1-inch punch. But imagine the 1-inch punch with 70 different punches in 0.1 second. Deku has learned this. And yeah. Then we follow from Deku just walking to school. And he sees Bakugo just being scared as he is. During these all 5 years, Deku has whooped his ass. And now, Deku, he's chilling. He's sitting down and he's relaxing. Until the teacher says, I know you all want to become heroes. Deku, he doesn't want to become a hero. And then they say about UA, and only Bakugo raises his hand. Because you know how he wants to become a hero. And Deku's like, he starts laughing. And Bakugo's like, what's so funny, Deku? And Izuku's like, first of all, don't call me Deku. My name's Izuku. Second, you couldn't even lost a fight with me. What makes you think you're gonna fight middle-aged villains? If I was in my prime, I could defeat you or kill you if I wanted. But I guess laws do matter now. And Baku was like, fight me again. I want a rematch. And Deku's like, what kind of fake karate who's teaching you? I want to punch them in the face because of your ugly face. And then Baku's like, fight me, fight me, fight me. Then Deku says, chill, chill, chill. I'm just fighting you with my mind. Isn't that psychological? The mind's more powerful than my fists. Or do you want me to come with supersonic speed? Then Deku starts walking out. It's a few minutes later. He starts looking around for Bakugo. Then Bakugo comes with a freaking knife, trying to attack Deku, but Deku dodges. And Deku's like, nice, 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 nice. You now want to fight people with weapons. Good thing I bought my nunchucks. He carries out his nunchucks and he starts waving them around, just like when they were 5 years old. Starts waving them around rapidly. Hits Bakugo in the arm. Bakugo breaks his arm and he's like, I'm not gonna take no shits from you. Bakugo tries to stab Deku. Deku breaks Bakugo's arm, grabs the knife, stabs it at Bakugo's stomach, and Bakugo's like, Then Deku's like, ooh, did the knife really hurt you? Or was my mind hurting you? And he starts laughing at Bakugo's foolishness of trying to kill Deku. Then Bakugo's friends try and grab Deku. Deku instantly senses this, and Deku backflips over them, and he grabs the knife from Bakugo's body, and he stabs the Bakugo's friends, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry about all the blood. Now, wait for the kick. Then Bakugo, he unleashes a big explosion at Deku. Deku dodging this with a B-twist, and then kicks Bakugo in the face. Basically does parkour on all three of them by kicking them, jumping on each top of their chest, and starts kicking them, kneeing them, punching them. And then we see freaking water go around Deku, and it soaks them all and it heals them. And Deku's like, I still got the ancient in me. Then one of the basically, let's call them henchmen, because they're not really Bakugo's friends, let's be honest. Then one of the henchmen come at Deku. Deku instantly, obviously, dodges, and he snaps the dude's arm, knees the guy's back of the knee, and punches the dude in the face repeatedly and says no mercy, and repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly until a teacher comes and they're like, hey, this is unacceptable. Deku grabs the nunchuck and throws it at the dude, knocking the teacher out. And Deku's like, shit, I need to go. Deku grabs his shirt and he puts it on and starts running away to home until he sees the sludge villain about to attack him. Deku wall runs on the wall, runs to the other wall, and jumps on top of the whole thing that Deku was under. And he jumps over it. Then he sees the sludge villain on the other side, confused where the kid went. Deku's like, another person, another enemy today. Who else? All Might says, Texas Smash! All the sludge go all over Deku. Deku's like, ill. And All Might is like, how did that sludge villain not see you, kid? And Deku's like, it's years of experience. I hear that you're the most powerful person in the whole universe so far. And All Might's like, yeah. That's why they call me All Might. I'm the almighty All Might. And Deku's like, And he starts laughing. All Might's like, excuse me, who are you, kid? Deku says, just call me Grandmaster. Deku starts walking away, and All Might says, do you want an autograph? And Deku's like, no. Why? Why would I want an autograph from you? A person who just does this for fame. I see right through all of you heroes. You don't want no justice, no symbol, no piece of hope. You just want yourself to be happy, live in a luxurious mansion with all the money the Hero Society gives you, right? Isn't that right? Yeah, I see, guys. You're all corrupt. You all work for somebody who's not really a hero, aren't you? Almost like, how do you know all these stuff? And Deku's like, corrupt? I've been there before. My disciple was corrupt and he killed me. Now look at me. I'm here. With you. Now, All Might, as you're corrupt, why don't I fight you? And All Might's like, it will be an honor. Then All Might goes in his stance about to do a freaking United States smash to kill Deku. Yes, in this My Hero universe, most of the pro heroes are corrupt. Most of them. Including All Might. He's a corrupt person. He doesn't want to save everybody. He just wanted in for the fame and the girls. And I wanted this to be an interesting story arc. So, Deku goes into his stance. And he puts his hands into an X shape. X shape. And All Might's like, you're not gonna block anything. And Deku says, who said I'm gonna block anything? The sludge villain from nowhere wraps around All Might. Deku says, you forgot to put the sludge villain in the bottle. What do you think? You're that dumb? Then Deku walks away, leaving All Might dead. Deku walks home. And everybody hears in the news that All Might sadly died. Deku's like, turn the TV off, Mom. Inko's like, but Izuku, it's All Might. He was the #1 hero. And Deku said, Mom, he's a corrupt person. I read it on the internet. And Inko's like, that is wrong. Who is telling you all this? And Deku's like, oh, I don't care, Mom. I'm going into my room. Deku goes into his room and he starts meditating. He wakes up. Doesn't really wake up. He opens up his eyes. It's 3 a.m. Deku, not that tired. He secretly puts on his gym clothes and he goes out for a night run. He puts on some music to calm him down. And Deku, he's scrolling on YouTube. And he's wearing his headphones. And it's middle of the night. Nobody is there. He sees a Bruce Lee video, an old one, in black and white, and it's an interview. He presses it, and it starts off like this. Empty your mind. Water is formless, shapeless. If you put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put water in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. If you put water in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. And Deku's like, I've never heard of this before. And Bruce Lee says, water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. And Deku realized what Bruce Lee is trying to say. He's saying, move like water. Make it extend with your body. And Deku starts doing kung fu moves and he starts extending his body and he realized the water, the meaning, it wasn't a quirk, it was something. It was the water that Bruce Lee's talking about, the extending arm of yourself. And Deku's like, awesome. Thanks, Bruce Lee, and R.I.P. Then Deku starts walking and running. Then he sees in an alleyway a girl about to get raped. Deku runs across the street. He wall runs and punches the dude and he's like, hey, leave her alone. Then Deku sees 10 dudes there and they start ganging around Deku. The woman runs away. And Deku's like, I see. You wanna all fight me. Then Deku does not have his nunchucks as he forgot them at home. And Deku says, so we use fists then? Like pure men we are? And all of the men are like, hey, boss, what are we gonna do with him? The boss says, maybe we can slice him up. Make him into a kebab, you know. Deku's like, kebab, why don't we get some after me beating your ass? And then Deku, he does a freaking front flip, confusing the people, and they're like, hey, you're getting scared now, you're not backing up. Alright. Deku starts moving around, looking at them, and says, you like all raping girls, I see that. I like girls myself, but at least I'm not a pervert. I don't touch people where they don't want to be touched. So, as you don't want to be touched, why don't you run along and I call the police and we can all have a happy day at the end of the day. And they're like, we don't care. A dude gets a freaking machete, about to cut Deku's head off. Deku freaking does a backflip over it. He grabs the freaking knife. He starts waving it like a sword and he's like, hey, come and get it. And the dude starts running away. And everybody's like, what the hell? That guy is a coward. I knew never to recruit him. They all start ganging up on Deku. They start all trying to use their fists. Deku starts dodging all of their fist attack. He starts kicking them each by each in their face, knocking them all out. He starts, yeah, starts beating the shit out of them. He starts going in front of them, punching them repeatedly, going under their legs, kicking them in the back. He starts snapping their legs, punching them, breaking their nose, breaking their shoulders, hitting their pinpoints of death, knocking them out cold, putting them in a coma by scraping their heads on the walls, making a bloody dent, freaking smashing people's skulls into poles. And Deku's like, where's the coward? Then we see a freaking bloody knife come from the shadows. And it's skinny form All Might. All Might is alive. And he killed that thug. And he's like, I see that you left me to die. Well, I've survived. I'll be making my debut tomorrow, surprising the world that I'm still alive. And that was a fake drill. Deku's like, so you're alive, my friend. Come closer. Deku jabs the air and All Might's like, what the hell? Freaking water continues to go forward, makes a fist and punches All Might. All Might's like, what the? I'm soaked all over me. Is that your quirk? Then Deku's like, you could say it is. Where's your quirk? Then All Might says, 5 years ago, I got hurt. But still, you try to expose me. Now I have to kill you. Look at me. I've got a katana. I have learnt karate before. I see that you're learning kung fu. I see that you've learnt kung fu already. Now let me kill you. And Deku is like, I've learned karate, you don't kill. Unless you just don't care. All Might starts unleashing his swords at Deku. Deku starts moving around in supersonic speed, just like Bruce freaking Lee. Deku starts moving like Bruce Lee. He starts just putting his hands in his pockets like, hey, come on, you're not even trying. Then freaking All Might throws his katanas at Deku. Deku ring says, oh well. Deku does a B-twist, but going forward, going through the katanas, slowing down time. He kicks All Might to the face, spinning him down, then catches All Might, throws him into the air, knees his ribs by cracking them, then jabs him into the nose. Then he starts doing the 70 punches to the face. Then he does the 1-inch punch. He puts his whole hand on All Might's chest, then turns it into a fist, punching All Might through a freaking wall, killing him. Deku says, thank you for your time. Now, there's no protector of Japan. Oh shit, I killed the person who was protecting Japan. I need to I need to help Japan then. My mom lives here. I do love her. I guess so. I have to join UA. That's where we're gonna leave it off for today. So please like and subscribe. And see you guys on the next What If. And be water, my friend.